All right. Welcome to the Tuesday night online marketing system call. This is June Collier. Um, I will be doing your Tuesday night training tonight. I had some things that I wanted to work on, but we'll see if we'll get a chance to get to those things tonight. I had some questions that came in to me earlier today, so I'm going to make sure that I get those questions answered for those individuals that sent me questions ahead of time. So if you ever have questions that of something that you want me to cover on the Tuesday night call, definitely send those questions in. I'll get those questions taken care of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and take care of those questions first, and then we will cover what I had for tonight. So the first thing I need to do is I need to log into our online marketing system and log into a user here. So I'm going to log into Mr. Larry Gates. We'll log into his profile and we will get started. All right. So one of the questions that I had was based around creating autoresponders. That was the question that I had that was around creating autoresponders. So I want to make sure that everyone understands that there are two things that you can do with autoresponders. You can either add to the current campaign that we have, or you can create your own campaign and then attach your capture page to that campaign. So the way that you do that is you go over here to the autoresponder code. What you'll see is across the top are tabs of campaigns that have already been created. And there's even a drop down of additional campaigns that are here. So if you ever want to use any of those campaigns, you can actually do so. So let's just say, for example, the Cashback Mall campaign. If I click on Cashback Mall, what you're going to see is, and you don't see any changes when you click on these because the changes are below. They're where the messages are available. These messages are different, okay? So the preview messages are different from the campaign messages. You got to scroll down to the very bottom to actually see the campaign messages. So you'll see here how to get the U.S. government to help pay off your debt, and Uncle Sam can help pay off your debt. Those are for those should be for the government pay your debt campaign. If I do debt elimination and click on debt elimination, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that I have a total new set of email follow-ups. Now, each one of these follow-ups can be changed and tweaked and edited. So what I'm going to do in this particular training is I want to show you how to edit, I want to show you how to add to, and then I want to show you how to create your own. So these are campaigns that we've already set up. If you want to see what this campaign says, all you do is click on the eyeball, and the eyeball will actually allow you to read what that email is going to state when it goes out to your prospects. Okay, so this is what the email is going to state that goes out to your prospect. Now we're going to hit our back button. Let's just say that, for example, we want to change that. So here's what we'll do. We'll go back here to debt elimination. We'll scroll down, and let's just say that we want to change something in that message. There's a little airplane that looks like a little paper airplane. We're going to click on that paper airplane. And what we're going to do is we're going to load that message. Okay, so what I did is I clicked on that paper airplane, and it's now going to load that message up here. Okay, up here in the preview messages, because this is what you can control. You can control some of this. So let me, just so that you guys aren't confused, let me delete some of these messages. These are some messages that I want to delete out of here. Let's see here, so that you are not getting confused here. Let me just delete a few of these messages. These are some messages that we created last week from last week's training. I'm going to delete a few messages so that you can see what we're doing. All right, give me a couple more that I want to delete here. We'll get these deleted out, and then you'll be able to see exactly what we're doing. All right. I'm going to click this here, delete that, and I'll delete that. All right, so what you'll notice is that you'll see that in our preview messages, this overrides everything. The preview messages override any of the messages that are down below, okay? So here we go. We want to go down to our debt elimination campaign. We click on our debt elimination campaign, and we'll notice that there are 3 autoresponders for our debt elimination. So let's take a look at the second email. It says strategy 1, stop the bleeding. If I click on the eyeball, it will take me to that email and it will show me what the user will actually get, what they will get. Now you'll see the link here that says username. Your username will automatically be embedded when the email goes out. So it won't say username, it'll have your username there, but this is the message that they will actually receive. Let's hit our back button, and let's assume, go back here to our debt elimination campaign. Let's assume that you want to change something in this email. So what you want to do is click on the paper airplane. But before we do that, notice that there is only this email here for the active group. Okay. This has to stay here. I don't know why we can't delete it, but it has to stay there. So this is only the email for the active group. What we're doing is we want to adjust the email here for the debt elimination campaign. So we're going to click on the paper airplane. As soon as we click on the paper airplane, we're going to get this message that says, are you sure you want to do this? And we're going to say, okay. And then the page is going to refresh. Let's give it just a few moments to refresh. And now you're going to see where it says debt elimination, instant message to go out. Now what I can do is I can hit this little pad here and edit that message. So if I click on that pad, it's going to now allow me to go in and edit this message. Okay. And let's just say that I wanted to change something here. I'm just going to put a big change goes here. Okay. And then I'm just going to bold this. We'll bold it. And let's see if I can add some color to it. I'll make it red. And so you see where I've just added that to this email. And then what I'll do is I'll click down here and I'll click update message. So now that I have updated that message, when I use that campaign, it's going to use this instant message for the debt elimination campaign versus, if I go here to debt elimination, versus this email for debt elimination. So see, we replaced the instant message up here. So this takes priority. And so when you fill out the debt elimination capture page, it's going to send this email as the instant message. It's going to ignore this one, and then it will then hit the first and the second. Now, if we want to change the first, we'll go back here, hit the paper airplane again. We'll click OK. We'll see now it gives me debt elimination day 1. I can go in and I can edit this one as well. So I'm going to type in edit this one too. And we'll bold that one. We'll make it red or green or blue, whatever we want to do. And now that one, we'll save this. And it's going to refresh. And now we've got 2 emails that we have edited for the debt elimination campaign. So when someone receives your your email, the system is going to look at these first. So it's going to send out this one for the instant message. 1 day later, it'll send out this one. And then let's go take a look at our debt elimination here. And then 2 days later, it will come down and send the one that we've created here. Okay. So this has priority. The preview messages have priority over the messages that have already been written. Now, let's just say that you want to add a third follow-up. You've got the instant message, follow-up 1, follow-up 2. Let's say that you want to add a third follow-up to this campaign, which is the debt elimination campaign. What we're going to do is we're going to go back over here to add an auto response message. So we'll click on add an auto response message. Since the campaign has already been created, we're just going to click the drop down box. We're going to look for the campaign, which will be debt elimination. We'll click on debt elimination. We'll click add. Now that we add this, we can now add our autoresponder message. So I'm going to go down here. I want to get the person's first name. So I'm going to grab this code right here. We'll scroll back up here to the top. We'll put the first name there. And then I'll type in, this is debt elimination. I'm going to type in 3 key steps to eliminating debt. All right. And then I'm going to type in the person's name here again. Put a little comma there. Would you like to know the 3 steps to eliminating debt? All right, and then I'm just going to type in whatever it is that I'm going to type in, and when I'm done, type my name, and that's it. Okay. Now, I want this letter to go out not instantly, because I already have an instant campaign that's going out. I want this letter to go out. I can either let it go out 3 days later, 4 days later, 5 days later, however many days later I want it to go out. And as you can see, we can have this thing go out weeks later, months later. So we can create multiple follow-up campaigns that'll go out up to 52 weeks later. So you could take this debt elimination and create, several follow-ups that can go all the way out to 52 weeks. In this case, let's just say I'm going to say 10 days later. I'll put 10 days later, and then I'm going to add this message. So we'll click add message, and here's what's going to happen. I'll go to our debt elimination campaign, and we'll notice that this system, as soon as somebody fills out a capture page with the debt elimination campaign, this is the message that they will get instantly. That's the same day that they fill out the email campaign. Then 1 day later, they'll get this message, which is 1 day later. Then the system's going to look down here to see if, so here's we got one that goes out 2 days later. So 2 days later, they'll get this one. And then the system will see that this one goes out 10 days later. And then 10 days later, they'll get this email. So that's how that follows up with your email campaign. And you can create as many of these as you want. You can edit them as well as add to the campaigns that have already been created. So now let's just assume that you want to create a brand new campaign that we have never created. How do I create a brand new campaign? Well, you click here where it says add an auto response message. So we're going to click on that. And instead of hitting our drop down, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new contact group list. So we'll click on that. Now the system has it has a little bug here. It pulls up this blank page. All you have to do is just close out that tab, and it takes you right here to this page here. These are where our contacts will be. This is our campaign. So I'm going to add a contact group. That's basically a new campaign. And so what I'm going to call this campaign is, let's call it our Cash Max promotion, right? So we'll call it our Cash Max promotion. And then I'm going to add that contact group. Now what I've done is I've added a campaign. And what you'll see is in this list, these are all of our campaigns. I've got a Cash Max promotion campaign. All right, so now that I know I have a Cash Max promotion campaign, I now can go back to my autoresponder. So we'll go back to autoresponder, and now I'm going to add the emails inside of that campaign. So we'll click on add an auto response message. I'll hit my drop down. I'm going to look for the campaign, which is the Cash Max promotion. There it is. I'm going to click add. And now I've got the ability to add my first email. So I'm going to type in welcome to the Cash Max promotion. And then whatever message that I want, okay? When you sponsor 3 people, you will be entered into a drawing. All right, and then whatever I want to do here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is the first email, obviously you want to go out instantly. So I'm just going to leave this at instant. We'll click add message. And now I've added that message to the new campaign, the Cash Max promo campaign. So there's my instant message to that campaign. And then I'll just continue to add more emails to that campaign. So I'll do one more email. We'll select the Cash Max promotion. I'll click add, and then I'll add my second email. This is my second email for the Cash Max promo. Okay, this is my second email. Now, when do I want this to go out? Maybe I want it to go out 3 days after they sign up for that campaign. Okay, so 3 days after they enter their email. So we don't have to go 1 day, 2 days. You can actually skip around. You could put some time in between, because you may not want the person to get an email from you every day. You may want them to get that first email instantly, and then you may want the system to wait 2 or 3 days and then send them another email. Let's just say a week later. We may want to go out 7 days and it sends it a week later. So I say 7 days, I'll click add message. And now what you'll see is we've got our Cash Max promotion. Here's the instant message that goes out. And then 7 days later, this is the second email that actually goes out. So for the gentleman that asked me about the email campaigns and how to set up email campaigns, this is how you actually do it. All right. All right. I also had one other question, and that question was, can you add audio files to your capture pages, or can you add audio to your landing pages? And I played around with the system, and the answer that I have for you at this point is no. So we can add videos, but audio files or having audio on your capture page or audio on your landing page is not possible at this time. So for those of you that were trying to just add audio, what I would suggest if you want to add audio is that you take an image and create a video with your audio that you want to use, and turn your audio into a video, upload it to YouTube, and then use that video as your audio track. Okay, so that's what I recommend. But right now, you cannot upload an MP3 audio or even embed an audio file to your capture page. All right. All right. With that being said, that takes care of the questions that I had that came in for today. Now, I've been talking about many different social media sites, and one of the social media sites that I haven't talked a lot about, and it's probably because I don't use it that much, is Twitter. All right. And so, you know, I personally don't use Twitter, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that actually do use Twitter. And so one of the things that I want to do is I want to share with you how to post on Twitter. And maybe I should go back and start using Twitter. But I want to share with you how to schedule your post on Twitter, and do some things with Twitter that are very, very interesting. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this website that's called Tweet Timer or Twit Timer. That's TWITTIMER.com. Okay, twittimer.com. Now, here's what I like about Twit Timer. So I'm going to, I haven't even signed up for this. This is something that I discovered. It says post whenever you want, schedule messages to your social networks, and we take care of the rest. So this is very similar to, say, a Hootsuite. You can schedule to Twitter. You can schedule to your Facebook. You can also schedule to your LinkedIn. So these are probably the three primary social media sites that you might be using out there. And so here's what it allows you to do. It allows you to write a message. It allows you to add images. It allows you to link all of your accounts, your Twitter, your Facebook, and LinkedIn account to the system. And then you can choose a date and time when you want this to actually go out. So this gives you the ability to pre-schedule your messages so that they can actually go out. Okay. And so let me just kind of give you some features here. Again, you can schedule posts for later. So for those of you who, like me, I don't use Twitter a lot. So this might be helpful for me to use something like this to go ahead and schedule all of my posts, since I'm really not using Twitter a lot, but maybe I want to drive some traffic from Twitter. Maybe I want to drive some traffic to my capture page. I can use this to drive traffic to my capture page. It allows me to share photos and videos. So not only can I share a photo, but I can also upload a video as well. The other thing that it does is it archives my messages. So let's just say I've got some really good messages. I can archive that up to 60 days and then go in and repost. So I don't have to, let's just say I did 60 days worth of content. Now, once I did that 60 days worth of content, I can just go back in and just repost. I can also look at my statistics. So it gives me the statistics to show, what's been clicked on, what's been viewed, what's good. And then it allows me to put things in draft. So it does really, really great. The other thing that it does pretty good is that if you have long links, like those links that we have for our capture pages, it will automatically shorten your links with either a Bitly shortener or a Google shortener. So this will shorten your links. Okay. If you want to do a lot of posts, you can actually upload it from a CSV file, which is just a spreadsheet, and you can sit there and type in everything that you want on your spreadsheet, the time you want it to go out, the date you want it to go out, and it will send it out during that time. So there's some great features that are here. You can also add RSS feed. So RSS feed comes from different sites, and it will post the latest content to your followers. So I'm going to talk a little bit about RSS feeds and what that's all about. Okay. So let's just take a look at this real quick. I haven't used this yet, so I don't know if I want to. I'm just going to log in with. Let's log in with Twitter, since I've already got my Twitter open. I'm going to authorize it to let me log in. So now it's asking me some questions here about my time zone. So let's just go here. My time zone is, I think, +5. Is it +5 or -5? Might be -5. I think that's what it is. All right. Where's New York? Usually it's like New York time. -5, -5. Where is it? Okay, I don't see it. I don't see New York here because usually it shows me. There it is. There's New York -4. Okay, so now it has my time zone um, and my time format. So I'll leave it at that. Wants me to add an email address here. Let's just add an email address. Okay. And then it asks me if I want to short my links. So let's just say I'm going to use Google. All right. So it will shorten my links for me. And we'll leave it at that. All right. And then it says next message your scheduler. So here I can type in a new message. I don't want to do that right now. I haven't logged into Twitter in a long time, so I don't even know if that's the right password. All right, so all I have to do here now is type in my message. So this is a test message, right? If I want to put in a link, let's just say that my link is HTTP. Right, that's my link. And let's just say I want to add a image to this, so I can go ahead and click on add a picture. So take a look at some of our pictures. Just add this picture here. All right. And then when do I want this to go out? So if I check my calendar here, you see I can have this go out on any particular day. Let's see, today is the 24th, and let's say that I want this to go out at 9:38. So we'll schedule that to go out at 9:38. Okay. So now my message has been scheduled. This is going to go out, and you'll notice that I've got one message that's scheduled to go out, and it's going to post to Twitter. Now I can go back and add my other social media accounts. You'll see that I only have one social media account that has been added. I can go and add my social media accounts. I can add Facebook. And not only can you add, just a Twitter account, but you can add your Facebook profile. This is your personal page. You can add a Facebook page. So if you have a fan page, or if you belong to a group or you have a group, you can add a Facebook group. Also, you can add your LinkedIn profile. So this gives you all of that information, shows you the number of tweets that you've done, the number of followers that you have, all of that good stuff. Okay. So this is just a very interesting way for you to be able to automate your post on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Now, if I go back here, one of the things that that they talked about is doing your RSS feeds, and I don't know if I see where it allows me to upload the RSS feeds for me to talk to you. Maybe that's an upgrade. Yeah, I don't know what the upgrade is on that. Let's take a look here. Oh, I think I remember where the RSS feed was. Let me go back to the scheduler. So we'll click on scheduler, and you'll see where it says content RSS. So I can enter an RSS feed here. Now, many of you are probably saying, what in the heck is an RSS feed? So it is, I forget what it's called, real-time syndication or something like that. And so what we want to do is, Miss Jackie says, yes, what is an RSS feed? Let me give you an example. I'm going to go over here to a website called Google News. All right. And I think I should be able to pull up an RSS feed on Google News. So in Google News, I'm going to run a search, and my search is going to be on tax deductions. So that's going to be my search. I'm going to type in tax deductions, and any news that comes up about tax deductions will show up. So this is all of the news that comes up about tax deductions. Okay. And then down here at the bottom, you'll see where it says RSS. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to watch, everyone. This came out 2 hours ago. GOP leaders scramble for tax deductions fix before budget vote. Okay. This came out 11 hours ago. Republicans threaten to block passage over local deductions. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting news that is talking about tax deductions. Okay. And what I want to do is anytime this news comes up, I want it to automatically post on my Twitter. And so instead of me having to run this search all the time, I go down here and copy or grab this RSS code. So if I click on the RSS there, this is the feed that it looks like, and I know it looks like goobity guck. But what we're going to do, if that's a word, goobity guck, what we're going to do is we're just going to go right down here at the bottom, and we're going to right click, and we're going to copy that link. Okay, we're going to copy that link, and then we're going to go back to our tweet timer or twit timer, and we're going to enter that link right here. And then we're going to add. All right, this is not a valid. Let's see, what would be a valid link here? Give me a quick second. And I may not have the right link here. I may have to get back with you on capturing this link because I'm not quite sure what they're looking for. Let's try that again. It's not a valid URL. Wonder why that says not a valid URL. Help with US feed. All right, I don't feel like reading all of that. So let's just take a look at New York Times RSS, and let's see if we can find the New York Times RSS feed. New York Times RSS. And again, this is just, here we go, New York Times RSS. All right. Search here. All right. I don't want to confuse you guys, and it looks like I probably have already confused you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Martina, that the quotes and all that stuff. I'm gonna just go down here to where it says business. It says 8 RSS feeds here. Small business. I'm just gonna copy this feed here. Copy address, and then I'm gonna go back here and type it in. And see, anytime I do this, I don't want to confuse people. Let me just paste that and see if that works. All right, so that works. And so now it's going to post anything that the New York Times posts for small businesses. Okay. And that's going to automatically post to my Twitter without me having to create any news or any new things. So what that's going to do is it's going to make my Twitter feed look like, man, he's posting a lot. He's posting information, a lot of information without me actually having to post it. Okay. So that's what that does for you. See, it automatically posted it for me. This was that test message that I did. And you see that it automatically posted that. All right. Without me having to post it. And then what it will continue to do, because I have this set up with the New York Times and I've got small businesses, anything that the New York Times has on small business is going to automatically post on my Twitter for me. And what I'll do is I'll come back and give you some better ideas on how to use that RSS feed, because what you really want to do is you want to narrow your search. And let's just say that you want it to become the credit repair expert. Well, you would go out and get a RSS feed for just credit repair. And anytime somebody posted something out there about credit repair, it would automatically post to your Twitter, and it just makes your Twitter feed look like you're just this expert on credit repair, because every time something comes out, it's just like you're on top of it because you're posting it as a link to a credit repair article. And so that's what that is, and that helps you build up your Twitter followers. It helps you build up the momentum of people knowing that you're an expert in this particular area without you actually having to be that expert. Okay. So hopefully I didn't lose you guys on that one. I probably did, and I apologize. For right now, stick with the scheduler. That way you can just pre-schedule, and it's going to post both to your Twitter, your LinkedIn, as well as your Facebook. You have many options that you can do. Okay. So Miss Martina says, how would you make a better contact with a Twitter follower, being as though those feeds go so quickly? Absolutely. So here's and that was one of the reasons why I just didn't like Twitter, because your feed doesn't show long, because there's so many people that's actually creating feeds, and it just scrolls through so fast. Here's what I would say is, by doing what I just said, finding an RSS feed that has some really good specific content that you want to focus in on, whether it be credit repair, whether it be small businesses. And then that way you got so many tweets that's going out a day. And so people are just bound to see you. Also, Mr. Parker says, is the schedule the same as Hootsuite? Yes, sir. It's very similar to Hootsuite. It seems to have a little bit more functionality than Hootsuite. And here's what I mean by that. If I go and I take a look at the different social accounts that I can use on Hootsuite, I can only use 3. And this one looks like it gives me not only Twitter, it looks like it gives me my Facebook profile, my Facebook page, a fan page, which is very different from your Facebook profile, as well as a group. So I haven't seen one that allows me to post to all 3. And then it also allows me to post to my LinkedIn profile, as well as a LinkedIn company page. So you can use, between this and Hootsuite, you can cover all of your social media sites and not have to actually spend any money. Miss Martinez says, would you suggest direct messaging each new follower, essentially qualifying them like you do with your Facebook friends? I absolutely would. And Martina, there are some services out there that will automatically send your followers, any new followers, a message. I'm not ready to cover that tonight because as I was playing around with it, it was a paid feature. Actually, it's not a paid feature. I'll give you the website and you can play around with it. It's called Unfollow Spy. Unfollowspy.com. Actually, it says it's a social media management tool that's free for Twitter and SoundCloud. And so You can remove people who are not following you. You can actually send messages to those that are following you. So this is a tool that you can play around with. I didn't play around with it earlier today, but this tool will allow you to do just that, Martina. When somebody follows you, you can have it's almost like an autoresponder that responds back to the person with your message, thanking them for following you and then providing a link if you choose to do so. Okay. So that's what that actually does. I'm trying not to confuse everybody tonight because, a lot of times I told you what I was going to do is I was going to train on one specific thing every call. And I'm getting back to what I used to do where I used to cover, 3 or 4 things. So I want to stick to my promise of covering like one specific thing. And the one thing that I want to cover tonight, no problem, Martina. The one thing I want to cover tonight is the tweet timer. The tweet timer. This is what I really wanted to cover tonight because what this is going to do is this is going to save you time when it comes to you managing your social media profiles. Okay, so you can pre-schedule this stuff, have this automatically go out, provide links back to your capture pages. See, Twitter, you can do you could tweet 25 times a day with Twitter and nobody would get frustrated with it. Okay. And then you can have your links to your capture pages in your tweet so that people will click on that and go to your capture pages. So what I'm doing here is I'm just showing you and giving you different ideas on how to use different social media tools. And Twitter is one of those tools that I haven't really talked about. And I'll probably start talking about Twitter over the next couple of weeks just so that we can cover Twitter as well, because that's just been one that I haven't talked about. Let me talk about some other things that you can do with Twitter. So if we go here to Twitter, when you get to Twitter, you can actually search Twitter, right? And so what we can do here is we can search Twitter for comments that people have made. So let's just say I go in here and I type in tax deductions and I hit search. This is going to show me who is talking about tax deductions, right? And so as I go through this, you can see the people who are talking about tax deductions. So I'm actually looking at people talking about tax deductions, and these might be people that I want to reach out to. Okay. Or let's go a little bit tighter than that. Let's say I type in work from home. Okay. Well, I'm going to find people who have tweeted something about working from home. Okay. I don't know what that's all about. We're going to quickly scroll through that. So I may be looking for people that's talking about work from home. I don't see a whole lot of people talking about work from home. So the other thing that I might want to find is people that are talking about home-based business. Let's see if home-based business comes up. So all I'm doing now is I'm looking for people who are having a discussion about home-based business. So here's a guy 12 minutes ago. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, quote, and he's got home-based business. He's probably in a home-based business. Here's somebody else with home-based business. You'll see MLM. You'll see work from home. So these might be other network marketers, other people that are out there trying to market for their home-based business. These would be good people that you might want to follow. They turn around and follow you back and maybe start having conversations with them, because here's the thing. Here's what I know about these people. I would probably guess that Ed is in a home-based business, okay? And if Ed's in a home-based business, he needs to know about the tax deductions that you can get for having a home-based business. So see, we're in a unique company where it doesn't bother me that these people are in other home-based businesses. It doesn't bother me. I'm glad that they're in a home-based business. But my question would be, how are you tracking your expenses for your home-based business. So see, make money blogging. Here's someone that's talking about how to make money blogging, and they've used hashtag home-based business. So I'm going to be reaching out and following these people. I might go ahead and follow this person, and then start reaching out to these individuals and saying, hey, have you ever considered the tax deductions that you qualify for as a home-based business operator? Now, we can see that some people are posting multiple times, and that's fine. So we got Kay here. She has a home-based business making soap. All right. She makes soap. So I want to know, are you tracking your expenses? So I might start a little conversation and say, hey, Kay, I noticed that you made soap. Are you tracking your businesses, your expenses in your soap making business? I want to start a conversation with her. Ed is just posting all over the place, right? Ed just is posting. Boom. Here's Ashley, or Priscilla Ashley. Why network marketing is the right choice. So I might reach out to Priscilla. So I might build my my following and build my contacts from Twitter based off of just searches. So you can do searches on Twitter to find what people are talking about. What about bad credit? I'm gonna just put bad credit here. Let's see if anybody's talking about bad credit. All right. So you can see what it's doing is it's searching and it's talking about, or what it's doing is it's finding people that are talking about bad credit in their tweets. So we see that. And so, maybe there's someone that's suffering from bad credit, or maybe there's someone that's talking about credit repair. So, well, there's credit repair, and you're probably going to be finding people who are selling credit repair. Okay. All right. Maybe I'm going to type in fix my credit. And again, we're doing this search to just kind of find people who are talking about our subjects. Okay. So see, here's a guy here's Amanda. Amanda says, this is a serious question. How do I fix my credit after months of missing payments and minimums that are my entire checks? So, you might want to reach out to her and say, hey, these are some tips that you might want to think about. And we've got a do-it-yourself credit repair program. Here's Tillman. Just wait. Once I fix my credit score, y'all will be done for. I don't know what that's all about, but I may, talk to him. Shout out to my husband for helping me fix my credit. How do I fix my credit? How do I save money? See, we got people that's asking questions about fixing credit. Okay. I'm trying to get a bag and fix my credit. So here's someone that's, looking to fix their credit. So do we have solutions for them? Absolutely, we have solutions, and we can see what they're discussing right here on Twitter by just typing in things like that. All right. So that's Twitter. If you haven't used Twitter and, are not used to Twitter, this is just another place that you might find individuals that you can market your credit repair to, identity theft. I'm just thinking. Right now. I would want to know what was somebody who. Oh, here we go. I'm going to type in my identity was stolen. I want to find someone that's talking about their identity was stolen, right? So I'm going to go in and see. So here's Elizabeth. My identity was falsified. I was framed, set up, blackmailed. My identity was stolen. My car got recalled and my identity was stolen this weekend. Right? After finding out my identity was stolen, we went to Panera so I could fill the void with a bread bowl. So, a lot of people are having issues here. Okay. So Martina says, this is amazing. I've been seeing all these new followers from my auto post option from Facebook over to my Twitter account, but no idea how to move. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So we've got a lot of people who have had their identity stolen, right? And so these are definitely people. Now, I would want to, start a conversation with the person. I wouldn't just jump straight in and say, "Hey, Robert, we've got an identity theft protection program." But I may, start a conversation with Robert and just let him know, what are you using to protect yourself? We've got this really great identity theft protection program that could protect you and your family. Have you thought about, getting identity theft protection? And then, start talking about those types of things. So there's a lot of people out here that could use this. My identity was stolen to set up a Comcast cable account in Fresno, a place that I've never lived. Given how unhelpful the Fresno PD is, I'm glad. So, here's someone that, has definitely had their identity stolen. So they've already had their identity stolen. They are perfect candidates for some type of identity theft protection plan. All right. So hopefully that answers some questions that people have, some thoughts. The great thing about Twitter is you can see what people are talking about. You can go in and kind of and see what their issues are. And so if we sell credit repair, if we sell identity theft protection, if we sell virus protection software, which is inside of the identity theft, we can come to Twitter and look for people that are complaining about a problem that we have a solution to. Okay. Pay too much taxes. Let me see if somebody's talking about paying too much taxes. Just a thought. Okay. Boom. Here's Chris. I pay too much taxes. Guess I should blame the flag too. So I may reach out to Chris. Hey, Chris, I can help you with that problem of paying too much in taxes. Talking about taxes, government will lose. What about cutting down unnecessary government expenses? Why people pay too much taxes? Okay. More people are starting to see it in process. It's slow, but once they see they pay too much taxes, see, these are people that, you may want to reach out to because they're talking about paying too much taxes. The middle class always pays too much taxes. God forbid if you're single. Now, see, this is perfect. I'm gonna contact Erica and say, hey, listen, Erica, you are absolutely right. If you're single, man, you get raked over the coals. Erica, did you know that there's only one strategy for single people to really be able to lower their tax liability, and that's by starting a business, right? Instead of, a single person, I wouldn't want to have kids just to lower my tax liability. But for single people, the best thing that they can do to lower their taxes is by starting a business. So Erica is someone that I might want to reach out to. And Erica was replying to John and just the Jane. Okay. Boom. Here's some. Oh my God! Somebody's trying to argue with the professor about whether or not rich people pay too much taxes. Right? People that pay too much taxes deserve a tax break. Hey, Leonard, you're right. People that pay too much taxes do deserve a tax break. Let me show you how people that pay too much taxes can get that tax break. So see, there's so many places or so many things that you can search on Twitter and find people who are talking about their pain points. So hopefully that is helpful for you. This is something that you can definitely use with Twitter and find people who are suffering and have a pain point. All right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out the call tonight. And if you have a question or a comment, please type that in the chat window. I probably have given you something to think about when it comes to Twitter. Many of you have probably never considered that with Twitter, but Twitter can be a great place to find people with pain points, and you can start building a conversation with them. Now, last thing, you may say, well, how do I build a conversation with these people? So all you do here is, we've got Chris right here. If you click on Chris, This takes you to Chris's page. You can find out a little bit about Chris. We know that he's in Alabama. And what I may do is I may click on tweets to Chris, and then I'll type in my message to Chris. So that's how you contact those individuals that were making those type of comments. The other thing that you can actually do as well, let me see if I can go back to that comment, is where Chris says I pay too much taxes. You can actually click on the reply button right here and reply directly here to that particular comment. And that's probably the best way of actually doing it. Hey, Chris, there's a way that you can reduce your tax liability. Here's a link, and just provide them a link to the video, to the My Econ video. Check this out, that type of thing. All right. Well, I don't see any questions that are out there. Let me open up the line and see if there's any questions, and then we will call this a night. All right. Are there any questions on the line tonight?
Hey, Jim.
Yes, sir.
This is Greg in Greenville.
How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing fine, sir. Thank you. This is a perfect example as to why I come on these classes every Tuesday night. I'm always learning something new. But I was wondering, just the Smart Money Workshop, has that been back on over there?
That's where their lives were playing. That's where they built their
I couldn't hear you, Greg. There's so much noise. If you could type in your question, if you got that question, I couldn't hear that last part of what you said.
Back on.
Yeah, Greg, I could barely hear you. There's so much noise that was going on in the background. What I did hear is that this is why you come to the call every Tuesday night, because you're always learning something. And we talked about that in Greensboro. So thank you for logging in and tuning in. And if you did have a question, feel free to email that question to me, and I'll make sure that I get your question answered. That's also for everyone else that was on the call tonight. If you have a question, feel free to definitely give me a call or email me. My email address is june@junecollier.com. If you'll email me, I'll answer your question. And if you have questions that you'd like to see answered on the Tuesday night call, you can always email me ahead of time and type in your questions, and I will cover your questions on the Tuesday night call. With that being said, my name is June Collier, VP of Marketing here with My Econ. Thank you for attending tonight. We do these calls every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The replay will be available tomorrow, so you can always log in, watch the replay. And if you have any questions, again, you can reach me at june@junecollier.com. With that being said, good night, God bless, and we'll see you next Tuesday.